students, today we have the sight word and. That's our new sight word for this week. We are going to put these pieces up here and build our sentence. If you haven't cut yours out yet, press pause, cut them out, and come back when you're ready. And of course, if I ever go too quickly, you can always press pause and then click play when you're ready. So let's see the pieces that we cut out. We know this word, I. Ooh, this isn't a sight word. It looks familiar if I cover the S. I see at, hat. But if I add an S, it says hats. That means more than one hat. Hats. This is our new sight word, and this is a period. We know the sight word like. Ooh, these words look alike, don't they? They both have an A, a T, and an S. Ooh, they rhyme. This one starts with the B sound, though. B, at, s, bats. If I cover up the S, it's just one, bat. More than one is bats. So this says bats, hats. Let's figure out what word is going to go first. Did you see any of those words that had a capital letter? That would start our sentence, wouldn't it? The only one I see is the word I. So I know that I will be our first word in our sentence because it's the only one with a capital. How do we end a sentence? We have to have punctuation. That'll be our period. So we have 4 more words to put in there. Hats and like bats. Do you think it would make sense to have a sentence go, I hats? That doesn't sound very good. How about I and? No. How about I like? Oh, that's a good start. Okay. Will we say I like and? No. Could we say I like hats? That would work. I like hats. How about I like hats, bats, and? Does that make sense? This part does. I like hats, but this part doesn't. What if we switch these? And bats. I like hats and bats. Does that make sense? It does. Could I also switch these? Could I also say, I like bats and hats? Would that make sense also? It would. So you can have your bats before your hats, or you can have your hats before your bats. But it's hats and bats, or bats and hats. All right, decide how you want your sentence. I like bats and hats. Now I can glue my words down. My first word is I. Then I have my word like. I'll leave a little space between my words. Then I have my word bats. You could have your word hats here if you prefer. Then I have my word and. And then I have, whoopsies, my and is crooked. Oh, my fingers are sticky. Then I have my word hats. And I need to end with my period, with my punctuation. Should my period be up in the sky or down on the ground? Down on the ground. Very good. So, I like bats and hats. Now I need to write that same sentence. Start with my capital I. Whoops, I didn't do a great job on the bottom. That's all right. Then I leave my space. My word like. L-I-K-E. Leave a space between my words. Bats. B-A-T-S. Then I leave my space. And our sight word and is A-N-D. Leave another space, and now my word hats. A, t, s. Then I need my period. All right, let's read it. I like bats and hats. I like bats and hats. I like lots of other things too, but I'm glad we were able to build this sentence. Please be sure you take a picture of your sentences and post it on Seesaw.